You want to get into this?
Yeah.
Was music big in your house growing up?
Yeah, pretty much. My mom used to listen to like a lot of 60s and 70s rock and shit, R&B. So yeah, you know what I mean, I heard a lot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I guess surrounded by music. My pop used to play guitar, write songs and shit like that. Back in the day. Yeah.
And you played a bit piano?
I used to play piano when I was younger, man. I'm trying to get back into it. I'm trying to take some classes and shit because it definitely helps with bass lines. But I could tell that I'm learning keys and notes and shit like that. But how to play, not yet. I'm trying to learn that. But I used to when I was like 12. Yeah. And then I fell off a little bit, a long time actually.
Yeah, I feel like pretty much like everyone I've talked to on here, it's like makes beats. It's like I have no like formal.
Same.
Like, yeah.
That's generally, I guess, the case, I suppose, right?
And but you were always like into music?
Yeah, I always listened. Like, I always listened to hip hop, rap. I also got into like anime, movie, and video game soundtracks and shit like that, and just like branched out. So I listened to everything eventually. But you know, I was always an avid listener.
No. Were you and your brother close in age?
Nah, like 4 years apart, 5 years apart.
And
Yeah.
Cause like you ended up working together for a while.
Yeah.
So like were you like close as like kids? Or was it like a competitive thing, or were you always like?
No. I wouldn't even say that. I mean, you know, we lived in a small household, so it was always tough. Like everybody was always out. And, I mean, we had our moments of being real close and being not so close. You know what I mean?
When did you start making music together?
Shit, I think it was like 04, 05. It was kind of crazy because I started late, and yeah, I was already long in the tooth, I guess. I was already my mid-20s, early 20s when I started making beats. And
was he already doing it, or?
Yeah, I mean, he was always around. I mean, you know, we collabed a little bit. I mean, he helped out. Yeah.
You went to film school?
Yeah, I went to Art Institute for like audio and video.
Right.
But before that, I went to the New York Film Academy actually, which is kind of crazy. Yeah. So I did like the 5-week, 6-week course up there, and then I just lived in Union Square area. It was pretty dope, different. So I just was immersed in that for like fucking 5 weeks, 6 weeks, because I was always into film.
Yeah.
And then I got into like, it just so happened like I was into music and film and like soundtracks, anime soundtracks and the video game soundtrack thing, listening, and just being into all that crazy shit that like it just went hand in hand kind of.
Were you did you like write scripts at all, or you just want to like?
Here and there. I mean, I never finished anything, but I always had ideas. I was always writing. So it was kind of crazy. I was always writing, and then I have other homies I used to like collab with. I was actually like trying to like start an animated series with another homie of mine, Will Jones. He's a phenomenal artist. Yeah, it's just never really. It's different. It's different. Making beats is a lot different than like writing a script or like making a movie or doing anything like that. Like I hate the word turnaround time, but it's a little different. You know what I mean? The process, the workflow, the timeline is a lot different. So yeah, it's just never really panned out. But I would love to one day write something when I have time. But yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you ever, cause I assume you mostly make like single beats. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever thought of making like a full project, or have you ever thought of?
Oh no, yeah, I have. Or like people ask me about beat tapes and shit like that. I never really got into it. But I do have a couple projects that I'm working on. I have a producer comp that I'm working on one that's coming out on C7 Records with Baby Black, who's another Philly legend. Recording wise, that's done. So I was in the studio a lot with Black with that one. And then another one that's basically done is another joint I had with TMB. I was about to give out the title and shit. We haven't even decided when we were going to drop the title. But yeah, the recording process is done with that. So he's just fixing up his cuts and shit. And then it's kind of crazy. I actually have like 2 projects like done being recorded.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so that I'm working on a joint with Ren Thomas, little EP, or it might be a full length. Who knows? Who else? I have something else too that's going on that I can't even. Oh, then I have floor seats with Baby Black. That's another 50/50 we're doing. That's gonna be dropped on C7. So I have a couple projects, but 2 are actually recordings done and like just getting ready to be mixed.
How much are you involved much in the like mixing and mastering stuff like that?
I'm gonna try to be as much as possible. Yeah. Like, not actually hands on doing it, but my input and stuff. You know what I mean?
Has that changed your beat making process from when you were just like?
Yeah, because now like it's almost like the difference between being a beat maker and like a producer.
Yeah.
So it's like being there and just having more of an input in the actual making of the song as opposed to like, oh, here's the fucking beat, you know what I mean? Like, rap on it and let's see what happens from there. So yeah, no, it has. Because now it's like you're just more involved in the song making process.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that. I imagine you're kind of sending out a lot of beats rather than like sitting down with artists.
Yeah,
or at least in the past.
Yeah,
right?
even that I slow down a lot on because it's kind of like I don't really talk about it much. But it kind of gets disenchanting, you know what I mean? So, I mean, but I've had a lot of success sending out beats and like through email, hitting cats up through social media, or getting someone's email from somebody else. You know what I mean? But like, it kind of like you know, I kind of fell out. I kind of fell back from that for a while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is probably why I haven't really been a whole bunch of shit lately. But yeah, a lot of times just like sending beats out and stuff like that through email.
When you started or anything, did you ever have a MC? Were you ever like part of a group? You know, like a steady guy or anything?
Yeah, for a moment I was like, I mean, I'm still rocking with them with fame and everything, but 30 and Over League. We were working on me being one of the in-house producers. Other than that, I've never really like been a part of a group yet. Yeah. I mean, like, except for C7 with Baby Black, I'm in-house production. Other than that, and that's recent, but other than that, I've never really been a part of like a rap group and shit. You know what I mean? It would be kind of dope though, but.
So you were like pretty big on MySpace. Like MySpace is what got you.
Kinda. MySpace helped a lot.
Yeah.
MySpace helped a lot. Shit, I don't even know where that page is at. I don't even know what the fucking internet information is. But yeah, like first MySpace, that helped a lot. Hitting like MCs and shit, rappers. Got a lot of contacts from that, which is wild. That and then Twitter after that, really. Now it's Instagram and it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. How long did it take you to like get the confidence to be like, this is something that I know other people would like want to hear?
That's kind of crazy because I probably kind of like my brother and I back then, we probably jumped on that a little too early. You know what I mean?
But you got it in a way, right? Like, I said you kind of got to in a way. You know what I mean? Like you got to get your foot in there.
I guess, man. Like, but you have cats like I know cats who don't send out shit that's dope as fuck. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, I mean, kind of. It's the Facebook. I mean, fucking MySpace, whatever. Kind of like pushed that. Probably jumped in the field a little early. You know what I mean? But I mean, it was cool because I met a lot of local cats. I met a lot of friends, a lot of dope people in general, good people in general. So that does speak for something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether it was success or not, you know what I mean? So, yeah, kind of early.
Where was that going? And the quote you were using Fruity Loops?
Nah, not even. We was using fucking GarageBand. I wish I started out with hardware, but we was using GarageBand and then went on to Logic and stuff like that. Like I'm trying to learn how to use Machine, like wrap my head around the hardware aspect of it.
And were you sampling early on?
Yeah, trying to.
Yeah.
Trying to. I mean, there's a couple joints back then floating around fucking using Apple loops and shit. I ain't gonna bullshit you. But yeah, sampling, trying to. It was really, again, it was definitely like on the job training. And it wasn't even like it was forced. It was just like forced on me, forced on us. Like we just started making shit, and not too long after that, we was already trying to show people. And you know, again, like shit, I worked with fucking Coogee Rap in 2011. So I guess it worked, but even though that was much later on though. But we were already showing cats at Liquid Charm and shit, fucking passing out BCDs and shit. Shout out DJ Soulbuck. He just reminded me like last week, like he was one of the first cats that took a CD off of us back in the day.
Really?
Yeah. So, and yeah, so.
You said you were big into boom bap, right? Or like
mostly boom bap, but like now I'm trying to like take elements and do different things. Like kind of get tired of the fucking, not tired, God forbid, but you know what I mean? Like
well, I was gonna say
I don't want to just do the same old thing over and over again, or try reinvent what like the greats already did. You know what I mean? But I mean, so yeah, mostly boom bap, I guess. Like I don't even know what you would even call like genre-rise, sub-genre-rise what I do.
Yeah, because I was gonna say you have like a very wide.
Yeah, it's not like I'm on some space cadet shit where it's like I'm just doing like some avant-garde fucking new age shit, but I still wouldn't. I don't really know. It's hip hop, regardless. It's music, but I just don't really know. You know what I mean?
It reminded me of something like Alchemist or like Heat Makers.
Dude, well, it's funny because that's two of my like growing up or like listening and like molding my own style. Like some of my favorite producers was like Alchemist and Heat Makers, especially. Like Heat Makers just totally slept on. Fucking like they mastered their fucking craft. And they were definitely ahead of their time because they were doing the what we call the whole trap hi-hat shit over top of soul samples like before any of this shit that's out today. You know what I mean? So Heat Makers is definitely dope. Definitely was a big influence.
Yeah, I was gonna ask how you like if you feel like a need to stay current, like. Do you listen to much modern music or like modern rap or hip hop?
I try, man. It's hard. When I'm in create mode, I can't listen to shit. At least not rap and hip hop. Like, I listen to a lot of the West Side Gun stuff. Dude, I ain't gonna bullshit you. A lot of times, like I just listen to most of Rick Ross's like album, which was dope as shit. I listened to that and like Black's Car like 2 or 3 weeks ago when that dropped. The most current shit I listen to is like when I'm with my girl and she's driving and she has control of the radio. So like I don't know what the fuck's going on. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't even know. Because
I mean, you do make somewhat like you've had commercial. Yeah. I'd say like commercially successful music. Do you like? I guess I was just like, do you feel there's a need to like have to know what's going on, or are you just like, I'm doing my thing?
I'm just doing what's fun at the moment. You know what I mean? I'm just doing what's fun at the moment, really. Like, however I'm feeling, that's what I'm gonna do. But I mean, there's obviously influence. You know what I mean? But like, it's like again, like Heat Makers was back in fucking 2000, 2001, during that whole soul beat era.
Yeah.
Or the reemergence of the soul beat era with Kanye and like Just Blaze were also very influential to me. but like Heatmakers was doing shit that even they weren't doing yet. You know what I mean? And even Blaze has a very nebulous style. Like he could go from fucking doing Old Boy, and he did Old Boy, right? And then like what's the other one? The Mariah Carey joint. It was like two, 3 different versions of it. One with a fucking Diplomats fucking remix.
Oh,
but
yeah.
You know what I mean? So even he has a very nebulous style where he can make platinum hits.
Yeah.
With mass appeal, and then, but still be boom bap, but even have like different influences where it's like, you know what I mean? But yeah, Heatmakers, like a lot of that shit, like Heatmakers was a big influence, regardless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like a lot of that shit, it's almost like, yeah, it's big influence, really. Even before what's going on, like right this second, because to me that they were like ahead of the time again.
Yeah. How often do you often know who you're making a track for nowadays, or is it still just?
Now I'm thinking. Back then I wasn't thinking, but now I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but even that's sometimes like kind of like fucking stops you from actualizing what you should be doing at that moment in time, which is just making art. You know what I mean? But yeah, sometimes like if I hear something like something on like a sample, like while I'm listening, I'm like, fuck, like that as a finished beat, that'd be dope for somebody. And I'll just go from there. So now that happens, and it's funny because I heard a lot of cats do that, and a lot of successful, quote unquote, you know, what I mean, 'cause success is obviously different for everybody, but like a lot of cats do that, and it works.
Yeah, I think times have really changed. Like a lot of people I've talked to on here, and like from what I've like heard, even like the mainstream music is like not a lot of people like get together and work. It's a lot of like file sending. You know what I mean? Like you do your verse, and then like I'll send it to you, and you do
exactly.
And it's like it's like that that Jay Electronica song. If you remember, like I forget who it was, like his name, like Big Sean or something. But like none of them spit their verses together, and it was like like they didn't like like they didn't work together.
Yeah.
Like,
and shit, a lot of stuff I've done was like that, except for the DJ K Slay stuff, which I'm not really sure how he did that. But like I mean, but then again, even Posse Cuts, that was one of those tapes that I did. It was probably like patchwork emailed. You know what I mean? But like for my projects, like fortunately, like Black like helped out a lot. Like he really put the finishing touches together when it comes to like helping me like the recording at the recording process at J Black Labs. Like cast was in the studio together a lot of times. You know what I mean? But even like again, like stuff where I sent stuff out, none of that shit was like. Again, it was all that patchwork email. That's the way it is, you know. Not the way it is, but that's the way it usually is done today. Yeah. But you can't being in the studio at the same time with a group of people or with anybody and just working organically. You know what I mean? Even though the patchwork email can be organic, because I collab with producers all the time and we go back and forth. I work with Tab, Nemesis, and a whole bunch of other cats. Is like, so that can be organic, but still different. Like you can't really beat like being in the studio.
And when you're working with your brother, what was that like? I read you said in that one interview like you felt you just didn't disagree enough.
Yeah. I wish we did disagree enough. Yeah, you know, shit, I don't know how to even put it. But yeah, it was just a lot of, I guess a musical sense, you couldn't tell a lot of times, because we did listen to different things, a lot of different things, but style-wise, we were very similar. So, you know what I mean? I wish it was more of a, you know, no, I don't like that shit, do that again. Or, you know, we already saw that shit, just do it again. So, you know, but I mean, we worked out well.
What's your process like now? And like, if you think you're done something, how often do you listen to it and you're just like, oh, what was I thinking?
Fuck. right now it's tough, man. It's tough because I'm doing like the whole day job shit, so that's fucking killing my spirit. Do listening, just trying to find something to sample, unless like a homie like sends me something to chop up that they either played or found. Like, except for those kind of collabs, like a big part of the process of like even like making music is like for me listening. So I could be there fucking hours on end and not come up with nothing. And sometimes I go through spurts like that, or like spans of that, and then spurts of like actually like, damn, everything that I hear is like clicking for me. You know what I mean? But then even after the beat may be done, like I'm pretty neurotic with the shit. Like I'll keep listening to the shit. Like I've gotten better, but I keep listening to shit, hoping or trying to find something that I don't fucking like. So, and even then, so it might take days, a week before I even say, well, you know, it's done. And then I show cats I even before I'm not even trying to like get somebody to rap on this shit. And I'm like, I have a handful of cats, a couple other beat makers, and then like big homies that I'll show this shit to be like, is this shit right? Like I bombard. I used to bombard Voss's email. I bombard like fucking Black's email, King Size. I was even showing Crip for a long ass time. Like I was just showing shit, not even the rap one, just for feedback and advice and shit like that. I would show Lawrence on now and shit. So like, it was just like, yeah, I'm pretty neurotic still. I was worse when I was living in Minnesota. Like my confidence level kind of rose a little bit. Or if it's not that, it's just me saying fuck it, it's done. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, I'm pretty neurotic with it still.
You're still sampling a lot?
Yeah, that, and well, I'm not sampling. I'm like, if somebody plays something, like my homie, he's called Wig Shop, Ethan Mintz from Marston House.
Okay.
He always sends me a whole bunch of shit. He sent me a folder of joints. I have another homie, Stokes, from out West Coast. He sends me like things he's played, and then I fuck with it as if it was a sample. You know what I mean? We had some success with that. One of the joints was on the Ad-Lib album. Yeah. So if it's not a sample, it's some kind of collab. You know what I mean?
I was wondering if you could talk at all about, I don't want to snitch on yourself, but what it's like having to clear samples, or how often do you tell, like when you're like working with a big artist, will you even like tell them something sampled? Are you like, I can sneak this by, no one will know this?
Oh, no, I tell them, but like I usually sample clearing has nothing to do with me. That's like that.
Oh, really?
It may be less publishing I get, but I don't have to worry about that. That's all like the label artist. Like they want the beat. That's their problem now. You know what I mean? I dealt with the thing with for the Meth Lab where I made the beat and they called whatever band that was involved in it, and it just didn't work out. So like, I got somebody to send me to write some shit for me, and it was basically like put a little loop together. Yeah. And we made the beat, but yeah, usually sample cleanses isn't really.
Like I know there was when there was kind of that like Rockefeller like tried to make a comeback or something type of thing, and they did a track, and I didn't know why it was edited. Like the curses were bleeped out, and then I found out the track that they sampled, who owned that song was like, oh, you can sample it, but you can't curse on it.
Wow,
like,
I didn't even know. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But there's weird ass stipulations like that too. Like they don't want, so like either. And I guess that's the estate or the writer who doesn't want their fucking art soiled. Yeah. You know what I mean? But, it's about fucking money, man. Like, you want the money or not. I mean, if it's that big of a record, you know? But sometimes you could sample shit, and I would let the artist know, but they, Yeah. Who's really, I mean, I'm not saying who's really listening, but if it's not on the radar like that, it doesn't even matter, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember hearing this story of, I don't know if you're familiar with that Pharaoh Monch. they sampled Godzilla.
Yeah, what Simon Says. Shit,
Yeah.
It's
And like the whoever owned the copyright didn't notice for like 10 years.
Of course not.
And then they were like, wait.
What's his name? Fucking from Toei. Is it Toei? Oh my god, yeah. I used to love Godzilla when I was a kid. But fuck, I can't remember. Is it show Toei? One of them. But yeah, they ain't listen to fucking American hip. They ain't listen to hip hop in general. So you know what I mean? They ain't gonna know. But that shit got played though. And he's getting, once that shit hit Japan, I know they knew. You know what I mean?
How aside from like that, do you try to disguise your samples? Like, are you like, I need to?
No, because it's not even conscious like that. It's just
whatever sounds
just work
good.
with it, and make something dope with it. Like, don't just blatantly fucking rip like fucking, I don't know, whatever. Don't just blatantly rip some shit and be like, you know, just loop it and just, oh wow, this is, you know what I mean? So it's not even that. Like, it's not even for those reasons, for like legality reasons. It's just trying to come up with something original, kind of something dope, make something your own. You know what I mean? It's almost like using any instrument. It's almost like it's not even the machine or the program you're using. It's like the sample itself is the instrument. You know what I mean? That's the weird part. It's not really what you're using with your hands.
Yeah.
So it's like making that instrument, that sample, your own.
Do you sample drums a lot off records? Or?
Yeah. I mean, well, not anymore, but I do have a whole bunch of shit that I did chop up back in the day, and that I just keep using, and then you have mixed combined with other sounds and stuff like that.
Kind of all over the place here, but
all good.
Back to the K Slay shit. Did you know who was gonna be on those tracks before?
No, not at all. It's funny because I actually thought we were sending beats to Papoose and shit, and we were, but Slay heard him. He was like, "Yo, call me this and that." When I was living back in Minnesota, it's like 2013 and shit. And then I don't even really remember exactly what happened, but like a homie, when I moved back here, a homie was like, "Yo," he was like, "You just like, I just heard one of your beats on fucking K Slay tape and shit."
Damn.
And now there was other joints before that. Actually, no, I'm lying, because when I was living in Minnesota, we did Marked for Death with Troy Ave. What's the name? Cephala. So that was like probably the first one that I know of. And then there was other joints that happened I didn't even know that Slay used, which is still dope though. I found out about it and it's fucking phenomenal. But then the next one that I found out about when I moved back here was fucking this beat sample I chopped from a fucking Turkish fucking, I was just looking on the internet and shit, and then some commercial for like a Turkish soap opera came up. I was like, yo, that shit's dope as fuck. So I fucking chopped that shit, and then I had my homie DJ TMB just put some cuts on there, and I just had some ideas, and then he just ran with it. So he did the cuts. Shout out DJ TMB. And then so I sent it to. That was just one of the many beats I sent to K Slay. Fucking, that's a homie of mine. When I moved back here, was like, yo, he was like, I just heard your shit on the K Slay album, on K Slay project and shit, and it was fucking Mano, Tony Yayo, and fucking Trick, and that was just like, I was like, holy shit. Damn. Holy shit. And then I found out the other ones. The other one was actually for Just a Lot album that whatever happened. It was Def to Whack Rappers, and that had Locksmith, who's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
All of them were phenomenal. Locksmith, Loaded Lux, and John Connor, who, fucking all three. That's fucking amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna say you've had some. You also had Joel Ortiz on one of those tracks.
Oh hell yeah! And then I found out too, like he was spinning this shit on Hot 97, which was crazy.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. I mean, I only heard it because of the going to radio, like the internet they play Hot 97 if you go in the pop, whatever. But yeah, so that was dope as shit. Like, yeah, it was Ransom, Chic, and fucking Joe Ortiz, was another phenomenal fucking combination. Crazy.
And Chris Rivers on another track.
Yup, it's Product, Chris Rivers, and Emilio Rojas, which is all three phenomenal fucking MCs too.
Yeah, it has to be pretty crazy to hear K Slay say your name, right?
Fucking real, man. That's like, I'm like, that's like some dream job type shit. You know what I mean? That's like, damn, like, it's just dope. It's dope.
Did you ever feel? We moved to the Midwest. Did you ever feel a need to move to like New York or LA or? I mean,
fuck no. I'm trying to get a house out here, man. No, seriously.
I mean, I know it's different now with like the internet and shit, but
if you want to make music, you want to go to Atlanta, like really, Atlanta or fucking Miami. You want to go to Miami and not pay no fucking income tax. That's what you want to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what you want to do. No, not at all. Like, and this day and age, like,
I guess there isn't really a scene as much as there used to be, you know?
Nah, not like that. I mean, now it's like, yeah, email helps a lot. But also, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, it wouldn't hurt to take those trips to New York. You out there for a week. Take those trips to Atlanta. You out there for a week. You take those trips to Miami. But, like, how the fuck you gonna run into Rick Ross? Yeah. You know what I mean? How the fuck you gonna run into T.I., fucking Jay-Z? You know what I mean? Like what are you gonna do? But you gonna give him that BCD. But like, so like, even today, like right now, it's like I'm trying to it's hopefully like get like meetings and shit like that, work with the right lawyer, things like that. It's a whole nother process. Like, and even emails, like a lot of times, like, or if you know, like a friend of a friend. You know what I mean? Like, the odds of you meeting anybody that you want to work with that's like on like some fucking grandeur scale, like it's tough. It's next to none, man. It's not. It's you have a better chance of working with them like randomly than you do meeting them.
How did you develop your like networking and your like? Because I mean that's a skill. Like doing comedy. It's definitely a skill. I have to like work at, you know what I mean?
Dude, that's a whole nother fucking job, man. I wish I had somebody take care of it for me. I mean, I do all that shit myself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm working on a whole. I would like to have a manager, like a business manager. That would free me up. You know what I mean? So, but like, yeah, no, I do all that shit myself.
And the same with like social media.
It's all me. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like it's like something you really need to have nowadays.
Yeah, and hopefully you like to talk about some shit other than music, because that's like killing two birds with one stone. You're into other stuff, but also kind of attracts people. It's like with Instagram, like, you know, I like taking pictures. Yeah. I haven't taken so many now, but I like taking pictures, and it just so happened that other like demographics of people, you know what I mean, got involved in my page. It had nothing to do with music, you know what I mean, but it helps. And I met some dope people through that way too, you know what I mean. But yeah, like social media, man, sadly, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's kind of fun because I'm into other things besides rap music. If I was only into rap music, it would be a fucking sad fucking place. But I'm into other things, so it at least makes Instagram fun. Yeah. Where like Twitter's like, you know, I post some beer shit. If I took a dope picture for Instagram, I'll post it on Twitter. But most of that shit on there, I'm talking like politics and shit and fucking classical liberalism. So that can be very fucking depressing. But yeah, social media, man, you got it. It's a whole nother part-time job, and it's kind of whack at the same time because it eats up time that you should be doing other shit. Yeah, because you're always playing the phone.
Yeah, it's like you really gotta like get your brand. You know, like you have to like brand yourself.
Yeah, Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to ask you about how did you come up with that level 13 in the Phillies, Joan? Or
No, yeah, somehow we both did, but the name my brother came up with, talking about like if you like not graduate in high school and shit, you'd be a super senior. So you went from like the 12th grade to level 13, and then there's like video games and shit involved in it. But yeah, it's my like the title of the name was my brother's, and then I think like the actual. I gotta get that redone because every time I fucking look at it on Facebook, it's like blotchy as shit. I don't want to understand, but I just kept it up there because I'm like fuck it. But I need to not be lazy and get like some kind of other official logos done. But yeah, the whole sports team thing. I mean, but now like there's a lot of cats that have already done it probably and that do it now. So you know, it's time to switch it up. But yeah, we both somehow came up with that.
you're a bit of a reader.
Yeah. I'm trying to, man. It's tough, man. I'm trying to get a book in a week, a book in 2 weeks, but yeah. I'm reading this fucking one book, man. Oh my God, I don't even have it on me. It's very informative though. I'm learning a lot. Scams and what's it called? It's a music business book, and I've been on that for like a month now. So that's like it's long, slow read, but you know I'm getting there. But yeah, I do read a lot though.
And you're also real into beer and food.
Yeah, I like to eat. Sadly, like I can't get the fuck out of the hospitality business, so I'm actually like involved in the preparation of it.
Okay.
But I'd much rather be eating food than making it. Yeah, and craft beer, man. I love craft beer, especially pale ales and IPAs and stuff. I always toyed with the idea of like being a brewer. It hasn't panned out, but it's dope though. It's a nice little hobby, maybe / addiction, whatever.
Excuse me. I wanted to ask you. I don't know if again, because mostly you're just like sending out tracks. You don't really sample any like movies or television, you know?
Yeah. No, well, I mean,
or at least from like what I've heard.
Yeah, see, because unless I really have an idea and it struck me like, damn, I gotta do this. Like a lot of times when it comes to like things like hooks and stuff like that, you mean like vocals and like actual like dialogue and shit. Yeah. See, stuff like that, I usually leave to like. I leave it open because really, like the beat is never really done. Even after it's done, and I send it out, it's not really done because now you're talking about a song. So the song isn't even started. So I usually leave like room for input and growth with the artist. But I sampled Uptown Saturday Night, which is a classic flick. I sampled that, made it, but then there was other parts where. I sampled fucking Superfly and I can't even think right now for Don't Say Nothing to Me for the K Slade joint, like that whole Don't Say Nothing to Me, that was fucking Bill Cosby talking to fucking what's the name of Uptown Saturday Night. So yeah, no, that's funny because I did sample that for that, but there was other parts, other flicks that I sampled for the intro and outro that just didn't make the cut, which is cool, but yeah. So it happens sometimes. Sometimes if I really said this is going to work, because like shit, especially if I sampled the melody from a movie, there's a chance that I might use what's it called? I might use the vocal for it. Like I sampled I'm with sample sense real quick because whatever, you know what I mean? Cause I get a kick out of it. Cause every time I listen to it, I know nobody knows, and when you talk about hiding samples, that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
If I do it well, I get a kick out of it because you will never know where the fuck it came from. It has nothing to do with legality. I don't give a fuck about that. You know what I mean? I like being able to know that I did something with this sample that you can't figure the fuck out. Because at the end of the day, even making a beat, I'm running off on a tangent. It's like, what's the word? It's like solving a problem, and I suck at math, and I don't have the patience for puzzles. But when it comes time to making the beat and I hear it in my head and I see the ingredients I have, I get a kick out of being able to take it someplace or take it to its final conclusion. And when I've done something and nobody knows where the fuck it came from, that fucking I get a kick out of that. So yeah, no, I sampled this one joint that came out recently. I forgot what movie it came from. It was like one of them demon fucking exorcist type movies with what's his name, Anthony Hopkins and shit. And I sampled his chant. I played it backwards so that the whole thing. And then I got one of my favorite movies from the guy who did Requiem for a Dream and Pie. He did Fountain. So I sampled a quote from Fountain and shit.
Is that Aronofsky?
Yeah, Darren. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Pie's one of my like favorite movies.
Pie is dope as fuck. Like, it's so short. Like, you could watch it 6 fucking times in a day. And, I probably watched it twice, trying to figure some shit out. I don't even know if there was even anything really like what's the word, like hidden in the movie to try to learn. But I've watched it a few times back to back.
Yeah, I know you were a Jedi Mind Tricks fan, right?
No, definitely still am. And Paz is a big homie too, you know what I mean?
Word.
He paved the way, man, major for Philly in general.
So I was going to say Violent by Design samples. Like,
dude, crazy. Stoop's a fucking...
Yeah.
Well, however it played out, it worked out creative process between Paz and Stoop. And it's just like... And again, it's like... Oh, Stoop is one of my favorite fucking producers of all time. Even, like... Keymakers is ahead of their time, like, but Stoop is like, for me, in my top 3 ever. So like the shit that they were doing, that shit, oh my god, dude, it was a movie. They made old records, rapping and shit, and movies into their own fucking movie, and it's insane, classic.
Yeah, because I'd heard that album before I seen that movie, and then I seen that movie, and I was like, oh shit, I know where this is from. Or even, I think he samples like that cartoon movie Ants or something, but the way like pitch it, like it sounds like it's crazy. Like a serious, like it could be like this serious movie, and you're like, wait, that's from a cartoon,
dude, however it worked out, man, like the creative process, like, is to me, it's fucking ingenious. Again, like the end goal or the final destination of sampling, like of the song making process using samples plus rap, that to me, that's, you know.
Because you're not really on Who Sampled. They only got you on like 5 tracks on there.
Yeah, it's funny because that one time fucking they did The Meaning to Your Love and shit, which the name of the song, Coogee Rap, Meaning to Your Love, but Feist, what was it? Oh, fuck, not The Meaning to Your Love, but Something to Your Love. That's funny because they actually had something else listed. They had the other guy that not sampled it but covered it, and definitely was not his version at all. Yeah. I'm like hardly on there, right?
Yeah,
that's kind of dope. Because it's funny because it comes out of sample shit. Like one of the very first, not one of the very first joints, but one of the very first joints that we sent out. Like actually, Paz actually liked and shit, and the song just never fucking materialized because it was like fucking Celine Dion sample. So that shit wasn't even without the money.
Yeah.
Fuck the money and legality of it. She wasn't want to let that fucking go. So you know what I mean. So that kind of shit does happen. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really looked at Who Sampled. How many times am I on there?
I think like they got like 5 tracks on there.
For real?
Yeah.
Well, it's either they don't give a fuck about me or like
you're just too slick, man.
Too slick, or just I don't know. I mean, yeah.
It's like I feel mixed because I love sampling and like I like dabble in beat making, but I also it's like I like a lot of Dilla, and like sometimes I'm just like I need to know what this original track like. There's like so much soul music that
it's like DNA.
Yeah,
it's like and again, it's like solving a problem. So to be able to deconstruct what someone else did, and like say, okay, this is there, dude. You're studying. you're studying and you're learning about other music. Now, for the layman and other jerk offs like posting shit that have nothing to do with any of this shit, and it's like, oh, he sampled this. I mean, I don't really care per se, because if you do figure it out, oh man, you got me. You know what I mean? Okay, you got me. You found out what it was. But like people who aren't really into music or in the music creation and they're sample snitching, you're a jerk off. You know what I mean? But like, again, I do enjoy like taking something to its end point and be like, like I can listen to it and I know exactly where these pieces came from, and you'll never know. It's fun, you know what I mean? It's fun because it's like you've done something with some a pre-existing material and you made it your own. But yeah, I haven't really been on this guy. I do like looking and saying, where the fuck did this come from?
Yeah. Voss was telling me about you guys might be working on something where he brought a bunch of albums back from Greece.
That was fun. I mean, the beats are still there. If we can ever get him to fucking finish the rapping part, that'd be dope.
Well, what was that like? Like, are you into a lot of like, aside from like wanting to sample and stuff, are you like open to like new music and
always
shit? Yeah,
always. Like, again, we talk about, do I listen to current music? Like, all I do is listen to non-rap music. Like,
really,
I almost purposely. Well,
I've actually had a lot of guys on here say that. Like, I don't really listen to rap music. I listen to like
that, and
everything.
I just don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, no offense, like, but when I do have off time, which is hard, then I do try to listen to stuff. But like, yeah, I listen to mostly like everything but rap.
And are you like always looking for something to sample?
I mean, you know, it's a mix of business and pleasure.
Yeah.
Like right now, I try to make sure I carve out time in the day to purposely listen to stuff that's just purposely listen to stuff that's not rap music. So it's a hobby. I do enjoy it, but I'm also always listening for something. So even if I'm at a restaurant, like fucking Shazam helps a lot. Like I'm at work, I fucking pull out Shazam and I'm trying to find something. Because a lot of times, I mean, sometimes like a lot of samples come from me just being out and just bumping into some shit. And I'm like, oh shit. And even if I don't sample that particular thing or find anything in that particular piece, or sometimes you hear something and you're like, yeah, this is going to work. And then you take it home and it's like, fuck, I can't do anything with this shit. But I go and, fucking, whatever, my bad, but I go and fucking Pirate Bay and I go fucking download the whole discography in fucking FLAC. And I fucking, like a little asshole, I put on iTunes and everything has to be labeled a certain way. So that takes fucking hours. And I'm listening to it while I'm doing it. So it's not all for like some weirdo fetish type shit. But I catalog everything and I just listen for hours and hours and hours and hours. So, yeah, I mean, I'm always listening, man. Even if I'm watching a movie, watching TV, which I don't really get a chance to do too often anymore. But if I'm out and about, luckily they're not playing fucking rap music. I get to hear something. And you never know. Again, like I hear something, I say that's dope just in general. Let me go find out who it is. I go download the whole fucking shit. I'm sorry, but you know what I mean? What
are your thoughts on records? Buying any records? Or?
Dude, I mean, I sampled it from record a couple of times. Right now, it's just so tough. One, because my space is so cramped right now. And two, it's just like I'm so consumed by how I'm already doing it at the moment.
Yeah.
I like the idea of being able to go get a record player and go to stores and go buy vinyl. It's just tough right now. Yeah. Like one of these days I'd like to try it. Maybe take a whole summer or take a whole couple weeks and just do that straight. But like I got like 80,000 fucking songs on my fucking hard drive.
Like so much.
I've probably listened to like 15% of that, or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's tough, man. Like, and however you want, it's not digging, it's easy or whatever. I mean, I've already have so much other stuff on my plate that I already downloaded. But a lot of times I sample from CD, depending. Like, I was buying shit from, what's it, Dusty Vinyl? Fuck, the dude Nightwalker. He wouldn't remember the name of the place, but it's a store out in Chicago.
Okay.
that would not download. Oh shit, that would like order CDs from and shit that I couldn't even find anyway on the internet. So a lot of times, like again, like the internet doesn't have everything. Like
Yeah.
vinyl, they cast the vinyl, that sample of vinyl kind of got the edge on you because there's shit that's won't ever be on internet and will always be on just sitting in vinyl in somebody's basement for forever.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? So there's a whole wealth of, and we're just talking music. There's a whole wealth of everything, knowledge, music, art that will never ever see the interwebs.
Yeah, it's crazy because like even like shit on the internet, it's like party is like, yeah, I'd like the artist to like see some type of, you know, but at the same time it's like there's so much shit that like if someone didn't put that on, like, you know, just like some random like doo-wop sing,
Right.
like if that wasn't like, no one would know.
I would never have heard it.
Yeah, like
I would never have heard it. And for me, it's just like, it's more like, I mean, again, I feel bad, you know what I mean? But like I say, it's like I'm just absorbing so much, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, and now don't get me wrong. Hey, listen, if the record does something, I sample something, I want to make sure. I hope the label make sure that the original source, the source gets their due, their credit, and their bread. But it's just hard, man. You know how expensive this hobby would be if you like actually like went out, and even record stores. It's like if you go buy vinyl at a record store, that artist ain't seeing that fucking money.
Yeah.
You buying used records. You know what I mean? So it's at the same time, it's nah, you spending money. I mean, it's dope though, don't get me wrong, but you are spending money, and it's dope that's going to the record store, but that's not going to the artist either.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I wanted to ask you, do you do DJ at all? Because I was gonna.
Nah, man, that's always something I always wanted to learn.
So I was just gonna ask if you like ever perform live or like
That'd be so dope,
get to tour or anything.
dude. Nah. I should go to the DJ school. No, but seriously though, I always wanted to learn like. I had like a little deal with my pop back in the day that if I got certain grades, that he would give me a DJ set and shit. That shit never panned out. So I'm not a DJ. No, but yeah, it never panned out. But I always wanted to learn, cause one, it's a good skill set to have as a beat maker. Great way to see the world too.
Yeah.
If you're with, you know, if you are attached to an act that's getting that kind of recognition.
I think it gives you a different perspective on like chopping drums and shit.
Chopping,
you know?
everything.
Yeah.
And listening in general. Like, I don't even know how to count bars. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's a whole different, like, that's actually almost like no bullshit, like DJing, like, well, obviously you're a musician, but that's an instrument too, you know what I mean? And the records are instruments, like the song, the source material are instruments, but like, yeah, like that's almost like formal training, you know what I mean? Like that opens up a whole new world for beat making in general. And, you know, of course there's another source of income, which would be dope. I would much rather have that be a day job.
Yeah.
Than fucking, yeah, I mean, whatever, but.
When you're making beats, how do you usually have like a BPM in mind or like?
Yeah, nah, not anymore, man. But I would say like my comfort zone is probably like at 80 to 87, 88 maybe. And then we get to that 90s that it gets kind of wonky for me and shit. You know what I mean? But again, like. That whole, basically, like, I produced a lot of ad-libs last album, Primitive Tomorrow, with the help of Rob the Viking, who's, again, he's one of my idols, hip-hop, rap idols, production idols. And then with the help of Nemesis and See the Architect, Sharky. What was I trying to say? Oh yeah, so all that stuff that I did on there, it was all in the fucking below 80s. It was like the 60s, the 70s. So like, and I didn't even know Adlib was into that kind of shit, and that shit just worked out masterfully. You know what I mean? But yeah. So now I'm wide open, man. And now, as you were saying, you were asking about like making a beat with an artist in mind. You get into tempo a lot. Yeah, I mean, you get into tempo a lot.
How did you go back a second? How did you get to working with DJ TMB?
Shit, he was just on the scene. Like, I just got with him from like Facebook and shit, and like he was just like rocking with a lot of cats, a lot of dope cats that I met along the way from all around the country.
Is this from Europe, right?
Yep. He's from UK. Fuck, I'm trying to think of who was the first artist that I rocked with him with. I can't even think offhand, but it's mostly through like I don't want to say the social networking scene of hip hop, of indie and underground hip hop.
It makes me think to ask, do you, and like you said, you talk to certain people when you like work on something. Is like, do people ever come to you, and do you find it hard to be honest if something's just like not good? You know, like, is someone ever like, hey, can you listen to this?
Damn, yeah, definitely. It happens, man. It happens. I mean, luckily, everybody who shows me shit that I really fuck with heavily, everybody was dope. Like, I posted on Facebook and this Twitter, all that shit, whatever, a couple weeks ago. And what did I say? I said, all my colleagues, co-conspirators, and something else. So there was another word that was involved, and fam. Like everybody is fucking dope. Like, you know what I mean? And even if something isn't my twist or isn't my taste at the moment, like, everybody that I fuck with and know, I can't even name everybody. Everybody in C7, Sensei Star, everybody. Like, everybody, AOTP, all my cats in Minnesota, Long Doe. Like, everybody in their own way, doing their own thing is fucking dope. So, thankfully, when it comes to, like, fam showing me shit, like, everybody's fucking dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's constructive criticism, but nothing's ever like, oh, dude, like, throw this shit in the fucking trash. You know what I mean? But I do appreciate honesty. Yeah. If that, like, if I came with some shit, you know what I mean? But even when it comes to that, it's like Black told me a couple weeks ago, he was like, all this shit you're the most neurotic about and the most unsure about is like, ends up being, like, some of your best shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, nobody I fuck with that shows me shit. Everybody's dope. You know what I mean? Thankfully.
So I mean, I definitely feel that in comedy, where it's like, you know, you want to be like, you want to help people,
right?
But at the same time, you want to be like, just, you don't want to be like, what would you think? Like, you know, like,
yeah, I mean,
because it can definitely be hard to be like constructive in your criticism. Like, and I write a little bit. Like, I was into like writing and shit, and like, I remember, like, I love English class, but I would hate the part where, like, you had to exchange like, no, I have no problem taking criticism. I just don't like to, like, criticize other people. Like, who am I to, like...
Right, who am I to fucking say, like, this shit ain't right? Mm-hmm. And it's funny, like... Well, see, it's just my mind state, too, is, like, I'm so humbled fucking with these cats that it's, like, I'm not putting away on pedestals or whatnot, but it's, like, I'm almost like, damn, like, all these motherfuckers is great. And I feel honored fucking with all these cats. And I tell these cats, and like Lawrence Arnell, King Size, fucking Crip, whoever it is, they're like, oh, like, Zilla, they're all like, he thinks that, like, whatever, he's honored to fuck with us. And it's like, I guess they laugh about it, but I'm truly fucking honored to fuck with all these cats. Baby Black, fucking Screw Tape. Everybody, you know what I mean? Adlib, like, so it's like, it's almost like you're saying, like I'm almost trying to like live up to what the fuck they're doing, even, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn, like I feel like the weakest link, so who the fuck am I to even if they did come with some whack shit, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, man, it's just, but to me it's you know, it's humbling regardless, you know what I mean?
I know things have changed a lot over the years, and you're a beat maker, not an MC, but was it ever weird being white and making hip hop music?
Nah, not at all.
Yeah.
Nah. Cause it's either you came with it or you didn't. You know what I mean? And like also a lot of this shit was like online, so maybe it was different. Not a lot of it. First starting out. Nah, I never felt that way. Like it's either you came with it or you didn't. You know what I mean? Like if it's just whack, or if what you came to the table was whack, it was whack. You know what I mean? Like so. Nah, that never really came to my mind. Yeah, really. You know what I mean? But then, like, you got cats like fucking, again, like Paz and like Eminem. Like, I guess they made it more comfortable for white folks to get involved in it. But I never felt uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Could you tell me a little bit about J Black Labs?
Yeah, J Black Labs is like a full service like studio owned by James and or Jay and Baby Black. It's out in Germantown. We do mixing, mastering, recording. I'm trying to learn how to record because I really would like to have that as a day job. One, it's involved in music, and Black complains about like having to deal with whoever recording shit that might be whack. I'm like this, yo. For me, it sure beats fucking flipping pizzas. You know what I mean? I'll do whatever. But yeah. So it's a full service studio in Germantown. A lot of history. Like it's crazy because like the cats who previously owned it, like, and they came under like did some like major shit like back in the 80s, 70s, early 90s. So it's dope. When I walk through there, I see like fucking gold and platinum plaques and shit. It's humbling and inspiring at the same time. You know what I mean? It's like damn. But
is that where you do most of your work?
Right now, yeah. Well, yeah. When I actually make beats, is always at like my place of residence, like where I'm living at now. But like all the recording that I was a part of for my album with TMB, and then my producer comp, and everything else that's coming out now, it's all being recorded at J Black Labs. Everything that I'm there for, at least, except for the other like certain parts that's like done by like Taboo sent me something from Dead Rabbits. Obviously he's from Long Island, so like this still verses being sent in. Carnage sent me in a verse he lives in Minnesota, but like everything else that I'm like there for, it's all done in J Black Labs.
And what are you making beats on these days?
Right now, it's still Logic, man.
Yeah. So I seen an
Black
interview.
gives me a hard time because like the workflows would be a lot easier or a lot more smoother if I gotta learn how to use Machine. It's just I can't wrap my fucking head around it, man. That and like I just gotta sit down, man. I'm being lazy probably because I'm so used to, so comfortable with doing what I'm doing already or how I'm doing it. So I just gotta switch up that workflow because I know I could reach a higher potential if I change my instrument or learn a new one. You know what I mean? So yeah, the machine sits there. I just gotta learn how to fucking sit down and say I'm not gonna do anything productive in terms of making beats. I'm just gonna, make trash and just, try to learn this thing.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely an interesting machine. I don't know. It's like one of those things where like you watch the video on YouTube and the dude's and you're like, how the fuck,
See, and for me, like that kind of thing doesn't work for me. Like I can read books and shit. I love reading books, but some things I need hands-on, like experience. You need that, like a teacher, be like, do this, and then now you do this, and I'm gonna need like 5 beats of somebody all over my shoulder, like step-by-step process. Because when it comes to that aspect, I'm a very, I guess, like I don't know, just very physical with it. You know what I mean? Like, I guess that's from also like doing martial arts and shit when I was younger. Like, I'm very like hands on. Like, I had to, you know, it's not like I can just watch a video and be like, damn, I got it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I gotta be knocked over the head and like, you know, led on how to use this fucking thing.
Yeah, it took me forever to like learn. Like,
dude, I wish I started out with hardware, man.
Like, I mostly bought this John because I went to Sam Ash and there was a cutout of the RZA and he was like, and I was like, oh, that's it. Like, I'm getting one of those.
Wait, so now when did you get this? Like,
probably like 10 years ago, and it's like one of those things where it's like, dude, I learn something new every day, and I'm like, how did I not know that before?
That's crazy.
Like,
that's crazy.
Where it's just like, oh, that you can do that. Like, how did I not?
Now, does it connect to the computer or no? Not really. So I know the MV used to have the
it's got like
the screen you could plug into it, right?
Yeah, like it's got a screen, and then like it's also got a USB where you can like send files.
So it's kind of like machine before machine, really.
Yeah,
it's kind of the slept rolling, right? Yeah, it's like the slept on fucking beat machine.
It's like one of those things, like, again, where it's like watching videos online. Like, I've seen dudes do some shit where I'm like, oh, like,
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
like,
I gotta
if
get
you
on
like
my
really
shit.
like, there's this one dude. It's like Wax That Aviator. He's actually from like around here, I'm pretty sure. But he's just always. Like, it blows my mind how much time he just puts into, like, fucking with, like, look what I, like, look how I figured out how to, like, do this or that.
That's crazy.
Like, I would never have the patience to, like, sit there and, like, do that. But, is there anything you'd like to, plug? Any, like, new music coming out?
Oh, man. Not really offhand. Like, I have, Ad-Lib's album just came out, Pyramid tomorrow. Produced a lot of that with Rob the Viking, which is fucking crazy to me. I produced 2 tracks on Ryan Thomas's I've Been Nice, which is also on Sensei Star Records, along with Ad-Lib's album. Shout out to all those dudes. I have my 2 projects. My project I'm working on with Baby Black called Floor Seats. We just did the first song for that. That's basically done. We're getting DJ J Ski to do the cuts for that one. And then, I mean, there's other possible placements that I have, you know what I mean? Working with Bodega Bams.
No shit.
Yeah. So hopefully that's a definite, because he has 2 projects he's putting out this year. One everybody knows about, and then I guess there's another one. Yeah, I have a couple other dream type projects that might be happening. I don't want to talk about it too much and be like, fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so a couple of dream projects. I'm definitely trying to get with Immortal Technique, Ill Bill. I finally got in contact with Ill Bill. I've been in contact with Tech, with Torre. He helped out a lot. Getting, you know, a lot of constructive criticism is dope, you know what I mean? Ritz. I'm really trying to get on Ritz's album. So there's a lot of things I'm working on that, like, you know, that I'm trying to focus on certain things.
Yeah.
But like I'm not really talking too much about like, oh, I'm on this because I hate that shit. You say I'm on this and you're definitely not. And that's not the kind of guy I am, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, so far, like right now, Ad-Lib's Pyramid tomorrow came out. Rand Thomas's I've Been Nice. And
that has a primo beat on it, right?
What's his name? Pete Rock.
Yeah, that's it. That's gotta be pretty crazy.
That's
to
fucking
be on the
crazy
same
shit.
record as like.
Hell yeah, fucking, and like again, like everybody came, producer wise, everybody came with it on that, and it's just crazy. Yeah, like you produced on the same album as Pete Rock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Actually, Gutterball just came out with they based it off of one of my favorite fucking movies. The video, the Big Lebowski. Love the Coen Brothers. Fucking yeah, man. Classic shit. Again, two of my favorite filmmakers. Yeah, so that just came out with Screw Tape. Wayne Campbell did the direction for that. So yeah, man. But yeah, it was dope. Really dope. Being on the same again, and also like Pete Rock's a legend. It's humbling and inspiring, and it's like, damn, you're doing something right. You know what I mean? And it's like being co-producing with fucking Rob the Viking, like Stoop is like, for me, he's like one of them fucking rap heroes. You know what I mean? Like production wise, like looking up to, coming up. It's like, damn, like listen to Swollen Members shit, and it's like Mad Child shit. It's like crazy. It's crazy.
And any like social media you want to plug or anything where people find you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I you can find me on Instagram, level 13, someplace. Then I have my government name on there. I'm really getting sick of it. But also mainly Instagram, so it's that /level_13 for both Instagram and Twitter. So, but I'm trying to phase out of the whole, like, I'm just so sick of personal page Facebook shit. I'm really just like combine this shit and just start a personal page, just have like 10 friends, or just not have it at all, really, like, you know. But right now, mostly Twitter and mostly Instagram. That's really all I really use anymore.
And I'm gonna thanks a lot for coming through.
No, thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
Is there anything you'd like to say?
No, not offhand. I really appreciate it. I mean, you know, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to get me like at a house in front of the mic. You know what I mean? I've done a couple things, but you know, it's yeah. I guess I'm more of the reserved kind of person. Usually like talking about things like. Thankfully, this one isn't like really live, so that helps a lot. And then I had 2 beers before I came here, so I'm cool.
Awesome.